These two people that lost their lives, it was no fault of theirs. They were sitting in their place peacefully, causing no harm. And then by the negligence of a pampered person somewhere who thinks he has everything at his disposal, takes a Jaguar car and drives right into them. And then we are seeing this death. We woke up and East Legon was trending. We were hoping and wishing it would have been a good news, but it was a sad news where a famous pastor's son was involved in an accident that took the lives of two people. And we are asking, where is the supervision? Kingsley, this is sad.
Extremely.
And this is what worries me, yeah? These two people that lost their lives, it was no fault of theirs. They were sitting in their place peacefully, causing no harm. And then by the negligence of a pampered person somewhere who thinks he has everything at his disposal, takes a Jaguar car and drives right into them. And then we are seeing this death.
Like I said, it's extremely sad. And so we can only send our heartfelt condolences to the affected families.
Yeah.
Personally, I know one of the children of the famous pastor, so I've never been this restrained in putting out my opinion, but I will be biased because I know one of them. But that aside, we can talk about it. That was a painful way to die, really, of no fault of yours. You just, boom, and then the next minute, you are bent beyond record.
Like, even some legal voices are saying that they can actually sue for loss of life expectancy. You know, because even here in Ghana, our life expectancy is between 60, 63 years. So if you are taking the person's life at age, say, less than even 40 years, the person is not even 30 years and you've taken the life. I mean, the life expectancy would have been 60. But now you fast forwarded that person's death. You know, and sadly too, he's a minor. So now you can't prosecute him as an adult. So the least is maybe juvenile correctional center, something like that. And what happens to the family of the victim?
Can we be a little bit patient and wait for the facts of the matter so that we can pass our judgment as we so wish to do? But for now, we are all being emotional. The thing is, it's heartbreaking. It's sad. I don't even know the words to describe the scenario. But for now, can we wait so that the police...
Okay, so Kingsley, whilst we are waiting, okay, now let's take the man and the child. This is a man who is believed to be leading huge congregation, impacting lives, you know, giving us good people in society. So how come we are not seeing that in his son?
So as we all know now, the guy has been driving for some time.
Yes.
But that's fateful day. They were all at the birthday party.
Yes.
You all saw it, right?
Yes.
So that's why I keep saying that. Can we be a little bit
we are patient, but let's
because in as much as we know that he's been driving for some time, can we know what really happened on that fateful day? Like,
I don't think we have to make this about just what happened on that fateful day, but it's about the people in question. Do you get it?
See, accident happens to the best of the drivers in the world, right? That's what I'm saying, that in as much as we've seen videos or snaps of him driving around, speeding around and all of that, I am talking about this fateful day because this fateful day is when we lost 2 lives, right?
Yes.
And we want justice for the affected family.
Yes.
So in our quest to seek this justice, we are being emotional and we are passing judgment based on what we've seen on the internet. Say whatever you want to say. He's pampered, he's da-da-da-da-da, but for this particular issues, there are human beings involved.
Yeah.
Can we because people are propounding theories and they are saying all sorts of things, and I'm thinking, yes, Ghana nyasem she.
Yes.
As you are seated here, you won't know how people hate you until something happens, or you do something that is quote and unquote illegal or against the laws, and you know, you get to know those who really love you and those who don't.
But so if
the congestions are too many.
So if you hear, well, you call it conjecture, but if you hear people say that this is how this kid drives in the neighborhood, and then you hear a story of him.
Who is even saying this? The neighbor who is speaking, is it truly a neighbor?
Oh, I mean,
no, you see, when I'm not here to defend them,
right.
No, I'm not doing that at all. At all. I condemn everything that has happened because they are human beings and there are lives involved. I don't want to sit here and sound even insensitive to the affected family. But I am saying that when issues happen, see, people are talking without authorization from the families. I hope you know that.
Yes.
They are saying things they have not been given the right to.
Of Kumchacha. I'm sure Kumchacha
the neighbor you are referring to, is he really a neighbor? Like, you know, have you verified to even know that he's a neighbor? When issues come, we are emotional. I understand. We want to even kill the accused person. But
when you hear that his school has expelled him before, doesn't it speak to the kind of person he is?
Again, who is saying this? Do you know? Have you verified from the school, as a matter of fact, that happened?
So you see, we can go.
Because now the thing has become legal. It's a legal issue now. The more we try to the more we try to add salt to their injury, we are making it worse for the guy. I'm not even saying that he's a good guy or anything, but I'm saying that now it's a matter of law.
Okay.
Anything you do and say can be used against you in the law court. But in Ghana, with what I know, see, we were here. You know, Delay.
Yeah.
Delay had some issues with Efia Schwarzenegger recently. You had someone come online to say, I once worked in Delay's house as a house help, and Delay has a daughter, Delay has a son. It took Delay's lawyers to write to the lady to come and apologize and say, I've not even seen Delay before. But this was someone who was claiming that she worked in Delay's house as a house help.
Right.
So we live in a country where when issues come, people might even have issues with the guy's father. And now this has presented itself as an opportunity.
Well, for me, I believe that as a man of God, I mean, it should reflect in the kind of kids you raise up, you know, not irresponsible kids, not kids who will be over speeding when they know they don't have license. But given that, when this thing happened, one thing that came to the fore was the fact that if an accident or a fire, say, happens in the East Legon enclave, the only time they can get a fire tender would be from Legon campus, Medina or Adenta. So one of the reasons the Ghana National Fire Service gave was for being late to the scene was because of where they were coming from and the traffic situation. So, and they mentioned that they don't have to come and put up the fire station there, but the assembly is the one supposed to put up a fire station, and they will bring the men, so they will come and man the infrastructure. Now, for a posh place like East Legon,
What do you mean by that?
Oh, I mean, we all agree East Legon
are they
is
more
like
human than somebody?
Oh, but we agree.
What do you mean by posh? Where you live is not posh.
It's not posh.
Why?
Because my roads are not tarred. I walk on rough roads.
I disagree.
Why?
If is the only reason why you would describe a place as posh.
No, infrastructure.
For me, I think all is vanity.
See this guy.
Nowhere in this country is posh. See, we are all lying to ourselves. Nowhere in this country is posh. You continue.
Right. So right now, even with a fire station, do you think that people are like they are well educated enough when it comes to how to deal with emergencies as a whole? So that is why I want to say posh, because I want to believe more of the elites
remove posh
there.
and still talk.
But in a place, you would agree that East Legon is a place where a lot of elites live, right?
See,
But even them, do they have that emergency response knowledge?
That is why I have a problem when you say posh. It is a general problem. This issue has actually opened our eyes to a general problem of us even not knowing how to even use an extinguisher. You might have an extinguisher, but can you use it?
That's a good question.
Yes, and in this scenario, you don't need to be in East Legon to know some of these things, right? Someone will be at Ablekuma, Taifa, somewhere, Achimota, and they'll be able to use it, but someone will still live at East Legon and still not know how to operate maybe an fire extinguisher. So, one, it has opened our minds to fire stations not being in communities or neighborhoods. We feel like people are there plenty that if anything should start right now in terms of fire or anything like that, we'll need them. See, Medina, it took them 40 minutes to get to the scene.
Yes.
Truth be told, looking at the videos and how the incidents happened, even if they got there 15 minutes late or 15 minutes earlier, they wouldn't have even done anything, right?
Oh, I don't
they
think
wouldn't
so.
have been able to do anything.
They could have. Maybe
No. If you look
casual-
at how immediately the thing happened, how the fire started, even the guy coming out of the car, you could see that he barely could breathe or stand on his feet, right? And someone was trapped
But
in
I
there.
mean, these are experts, so and I'm sure for every fire outbreak there are levels, so they know how to go about it at every level in time.
And I'm saying that, see, there were a lot of cars parked there. There were a lot of cars going around. So it comes back to, if we all know how to use an extinguisher, I think the very first thing is everybody will go to his or her car, come out with their extinguisher and try to quench it. But we're all standing there watching the thing until what happened.
Sir.
And I'm saying, even if you call fire now, they won't get there in the next 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Is that true or false?
It's true. I mean,
Yes.
as for generally our emergency responses is not the best.
We should take some of these things. When things happen, we try to take some of the lessons out of it.
I agree.
If you ask me, I can't even use an extinguisher. It's a shame, but yeah, I can't use it. And we have it here, maybe in our premises, in our cars, in our offices, but how many of us can use it? That is what we should be doing.
Do you know how to use your fire extinguisher? Netizens believe that this man of God, Salifu, is well connected. You know, they started springing up pictures of him and politicians, and they are of the belief, just like in a movie we watch every day, that when one is highly connected, whatever the case be, it will end up being a foolish case. Do you share that same idea, or where do you see, or how do you see this whole case ending?
I don't believe it will turn out to be like a foolish case.
Okay.
Because the public interest in this matter is really, really up there, and I'm not sure Ghana police would want to risk it. The only dicey issue here is that the guy involved is a minor. So that is what I'll be interested to see, how the law
plays
would
out on.
Exactly, but for it to be foolish case, I'm not sure it will be, but I'm not sure it will be.
Well, Kingsley doesn't believe that this is going to be a foolish case. He believes justice will be served. But when justice is served, Sauce and Pepper will be here to report that to you. But until then, don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section and recommend this channel to all your loved ones. Have a good week. We out.